Hey, how's it going there? So today I want to talk about an important realization that I had after reading a little bit of this incredible book, Solve for Happy by Mo Gawdat, who is the Chief Business Officer at Google X. This guy knows what he's talking about. He's got a very analytical mind, and his son actually died, his son Ali. And after his son died, Mo found ways to become more happier, to find more happiness in life. And he started sharing these ideas with other people and even with his family, and it helped him and his family overcome the loss of his son. And one of the things he talks about is the fact that we really aren't us. You aren't you. You're probably watching this right now thinking like, what do you mean I'm not me? Of course I'm me, you know. You look in the mirror, you see that physical representation of you, but is that really you? I want you to think about that. When you look in the mirror, do you feel like that's really you? You know, your eyes, your nose, your skin, your hair, all of that, is that you? Well, I want to challenge that belief that you have and realize that it's really not necessarily you. In fact, did you know that your physical body is made up of 50 to 70 trillion cells, and 2 to 3 million of them are replaced every single second. 2 to 3 million of your cells are replaced every single second. Red blood cells live for about 4 months, while white blood cells live on average for a year. Skin cells live about 2 to 3 weeks. Colon cells have it for rough. They die off about every 4 days. Your physical form is almost entirely replaced, sometimes many times over. So our cells are always being replaced, almost every single second practically. And we really aren't us anymore. We become a new version of ourselves. You know, we have new cells. We have new internal characteristics, right? So we're really not our body. You know, physically, yes. What you see, yeah, that's what you think you are. Really, that's just the physical appearance, right? That's not really you. And in fact, you're not your body. You're not your emotions. So maybe you are your emotions. As in, I'm in love. That's a funny one. Who were you before you fell in love? What if your love grows? Will there be more of you? What if it stops? Do you vanish? You're not your emotions. Perhaps you're your beliefs. I'm Hindu, I'm Christian, I'm Muslim, a Jew, an atheist, or spiritual but not religious. What does that mean? If you adopt a new belief, does this make a new you? Who were you when you were 2 years old, before your belief systems developed? You're not your beliefs. You're not your name. You're not the tribe you belong to. You're not your family tree. You're not your achievements. You're not your possessions. So who are you really? Well, who you are is the observer. You're the internal observer looking out at your experiences, and you're noticing things going on around you. And based on the circumstances and what happens to you in life, you come up with new beliefs, new concepts around that experience that can either serve or limit you. And so if something really good happens to you, obviously you're happy, right? If something bad happens to you, you're upset. And a lot of people, we let our circumstances and our experiences and everything going on around us to dictate our emotions. And instead of just being the observer and noticing, okay, this is happening to me, but I don't have to internalize it. It doesn't have to be me. It doesn't have to become a part of who I am. It doesn't have to represent my reality. Because you can really mold your reality based on your thoughts, based on how you think, based on your expectations, right? You know, perspective. The perspective you have for your life, both, you've heard the analogy of a cup half full, a glass half empty, or a glass half full. Well, how do you see your life? How do you perceive things happening to you in your life? What is your perspective like? Do you have a glass half full mentality or glass half empty mentality, right? So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about how you interpret experiences going on in your life. You allow them to affect you, and realize that you are the observer. You don't have to let things affect you. Just observe them happening, and always look for solutions to your problems instead of looking at the problems themselves. Because you look at problems, whatever you focus on, that grows, right? So when you focus on problems, you'll have more problems. When you focus on solutions, you'll have more solutions. So be the observer and control your thoughts. Control the reality that you perceive as your reality, and be who you want to be. Bye.